Hey y'all, this is Cheryl of Fiddle-Dee-Dee Designs. I am a designer of digital scrapbooking templates, and my products are sold at the Lilypad. And I'm also an avid memory keeper myself. You may know me as well as Cheryl from Watch Cheryl Scrap. I have a YouTube channel where I record my process for creating a layout digitally. And I have different playlists that I can share. I do have live events. But I share that with you because a lot of my scrapbooking layouts will actually end up becoming templates. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out, and I'm going to open up my software. Today I am using Photoshop Creative Cloud by Adobe. And I did start out in Photoshop Elements when I first started scrapbooking digitally, and I think that you will find that the tips, tricks, / instructions that I share will translate very well into Elements. I do enjoy being able to help people create layouts quickly, so even if the instructions won't translate exactly into your program, then certainly get in touch with me and I'll be more than happy to try to direct you to tutorials that can more specifically help you. I do have a freebie that I'm going to be using today, and it is Fiddlesticks 103. It's a freebie template that I have on my website, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that on. I'll pull this open again though, so you can see that when you download and unzip the download, you'll see that there's the PSD file, which is the native format for Adobe Photoshop products, and there's a TIFF file, which is more of an universal layered template that you can use in different programs. There's one for a specific program, and then of course your pings, which you can pull in each individual layer if you so choose. But I'm going to be using, as I said, the PSD file. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. And I am going to, very first thing, tell you to save your layout under a different name. You want to be able to use this template time and time again, and you don't want to overwrite it. So we're going to go to File, Save As, and I'm not going to save it into the folder with the actual template in it. I find I have a folder called Layouts in Progress. I'm just going to call this Template Tutorial WIP for Work in Progress, and that way I'm assured that the template that I'm working with is the original is safe, and then I can continue working from this point. The second thing that I'm going to talk to you about is the Layers panel, and you'll see that docked over to the side. I have different panels at the far right, but I do like having a long open panel of my layers, whether I'm using a template or not, but especially when I'm using a template, as I like to see where I am. And you may not have that open when you first start Photoshop Elements or Photoshop Creative Cloud. You can just go up to the main menu at the top and click on Window, and then come down to Layers and make sure that it's clicked or checked. There's a check mark, and you may find that it looks like a floating window, so you can basically move it anywhere around your canvas here. I prefer to have mine docked over to the side, and to do that I'm just gonna hold my left mouse click down and move it over and hover until I get a blue line, and then you'll see that layers panel window ghosts out, and then you can release your mouse and you'll see all the layers again here. I will make that layers panel a little bit bigger. You'll see I have I'm going to hover over this line till I get the arrow, side to side arrow, and then I'm just going to pull it out just a little bit so I can make sure I can see the layer description and it's not so crowded. Okay. I often will start in a variety of different places on a template, but a good place to start is your photos. So I've already got my photos. And I'm going to pull them over here. I've already edited them in Lightroom, and so I'm going to pull them over. I like to make sure that I am definitely on the photo itself before I drag in. So here we go. I'm just going to click and drag. And you'll see that I have little control boxes on each corner and at the midpoints on each side. And I'm going to hover over that one at the top till I get the diagonal arrow. And then I'm going to pull straight down towards the center. Now, you don't want to be doing... if you don't have it locked, you may be able to transform and make it skewed, but I have it locked so that it won't do that. And so I'm just going to pull down again, and this is my little pup Piper. And I do tend to scrap a lot of layouts about her because she brings me a lot of happiness. So I've resized my photo, and now I am going to actually clip this to the photo spot so that these extra pieces, basically I'll be cutting them so that you don't see them anymore. So you can right click and choose create clipping mask. I do have a shortcut in Photoshop Elements. The shortcut was Control G for your clipping, and I just got used to that, and so I found it was just easiest to recreate that same keyboard shortcut for use in Creative Cloud. So here you can see that while you're on the photo itself, you also have an additional way to clip, and that's to press the Alt key, and you'll hover over the line between the photo and the photo shape and click, and it will also give you a clipping mask that way. So again, 3 ways. I'm going to release that. You can go to create clipping mask and it will clip, and you can also release the clipping mask. You can set up a keyboard shortcut as I did. I won't go through how to set up keyboard shortcuts here, but another quick way is to press the Alt key, and while you're on your photo layer, and you'll see once you do that and hover over the line between the two that you want to put together, you'll see that little box with a down arrow, and you just click and you can unclick, and that will give you your clipping mask. Okay, so now I'm going to pull in my second photo, and I've made sure I'm over that photo, and I'm going to resize. And again, I'm just going to use the Alt, and I'm going to go ahead and clip it that way. Okay, so all right, so you can merge these down. I tend not to do a final commit or merge of papers that I've clipped to shapes until I'm absolutely sure that's what I want to do. So I'm going to start out using a collection by Becca Bonneville at the Lilypad, and this was part of her Build Your Own Collection, or BYOC, offerings for January 2023. And so I'm going to start out by using, I think I may use, I love a lot of the patterns she has here, but I think I may go with this pattern. And I am using AC/DC on my second screen to pull these items in onto my canvas. You can also use Explorer, or if you're on a Mac, is it Photo Finder, I think is what you use. So you can pull them in that way as well. So I like that paper in the background there, and I do like this plaid, which is super cute. I think I'm going to keep the white, but I'm going to pull in the paper because it has some texture to it, and I'm going to clip that to those shapes as well. And then let's see, I've got a piece of paper over here. That's super cute. Tiny little floral. I'm going to pull it down just a little bit though, because there we go. We'll leave it there. Now I have a paper here, and I will go with, let's go with another blue. Blue and gold. That's pretty. I think I may use this gingham there as well as here. I like that pattern. And let's see what's in there. There's a paper there. I think I'm going to pull in down here this same pattern to pull that over. And then I think I'm going to pull in that heart paper and have a strip of that there to bring in from that back portion, that background paper. Yep, so that looks nice. I have another one here. And let's see. I may use this one. It's a snowflake paper. I have another paper here. Again, I think I'm going to repeat that heart paper, and then I'm going to repeat that diamond kind of paper. Okay, So I think that's most of our papers. We can look here and see my background paper. Each of these papers have something clipped to it. It's an easy way to make sure you've gone through and done everything you wanted to do. Okay. Now I'm going to go look through the elements, which are little stickers, digital stickers. And I'm going to add in, instead of a flower here, I'm going to add in this little round element. So while my templates do have a lot of flowers in them, you do not have to put in a flower where it says flower. Feel free to, you could use something square, you could use a piece of word art or other illustration, other type of sticker. So feel free to replace those as needed. I'm going to, instead of having tickets here, I'm going to use two labels. I'm going to use a like a gray one and then the orange one. I'll put the orange one above, and I'm just going to use them like they are tickets, but you can decide if you want to put, any extra details on them. So I'm going to delete those layers as I deleted the flower underneath there. Once I'm done with it, I just take it off. All right, and let's make sure we've got a shadow style. I do have my own shadows that I use that I do sell at the Lilypad, but you can use the basic shadow styles that you'll find with Creative Cloud, or you can create your own, or there are other a variety of other designers that have shadow styles. So I'm going to use the layered paper, and you can see, I'm going to clear that off so you can see this a little bit better, that when I click that layered paper, that you can see the shadow comes there. And while I'm talking about shadows, you'll see on most of my templates the photo spot has the shadow on its own layer. It's already warped somewhat, so you can continue to use it, and also your photo stroke or outline is included there as well. All right, I'm going to pop back into, let's see, maybe I don't know if I want to. Okay, I think I'm going to add in this little sticker here, and it's so cute. And it's going to cover up some of that pattern paper, but that's okay. And I'm going to add a layered paper shadow onto that. I'm going to pull it up a little bit more. There you go. And then across the bottom here, I have that. Okay. I think I'm going to add in like warm wishes, and then maybe warm and cozy over here. And I'm just kind of, moving them around as I like them. All right. And I'm going to click on these layers and press the Shift key. So I'll make sure one is selected, then go up to the last one and I'll press Shift, and that selects them all. And then I can just click on the paper layer and it adds it all at once. And then I'm going to delete this arrow paper mat in the background there. All right. Now I'm going to add this little berry branch sticker right here. And then I'm going to add another circular piece of word art that just says "Love this." So I'm just, again, following, it's like a plans for building a house. You know where everything is supposed to go, but you can still make changes if you want to. So, all right, so I'm going to add this little sticker here. Stay cozy. So sweet. I'm going to add in, I think I'm going to add in under here this little piece, this leafy branch sticker. Oops. Just rotate that around. All right, and I'm going to replace this label element with this one. And I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, Rotate once counterclockwise, so it will rotate to fit there. I'll add my shadow. I'll delete this other one. Okay. And then I'm going to go out into some products by Elif, Sahin, and this one is Winter Tales. So I'm using it to add in some more florals. And I think I'm going to pull this down over here because I think I'm going to add in a wreath under here. Let's see. I'm going to use the sticker to go under here. So sweet. Ah! And this is going so quickly. And I love how I can change out things. Like I had that piece of floral sticker and I could move it over just like I was building my own layout when I was a paper scrapper. All right, I'm going to transform this vertically so that sticker will be there. And I'm going to delete these two florals there. And then here I'm going to add in, I like this hibernating. I think I'm just going to line it with the top. I'm going to go ahead and delete that piece and just have that there. Okay. I'm going to add this over the top here. Yep. I'm gonna like hover it over, leave it between those two. All right. All right. I'm going to add this down to the bottom, and I'm going to make my text box a little bit smaller so you can see it's down at the bottom. I've checked it, and let's double click on it and we can make it a smaller text box so that isn't covered up. Let's see. I'm going to add in this floral here. I'm going to add in this little button or brad. Alrighty. Now I'm just trying to decide. I think I'm also going to go into pull in some more dimensional elements. So I think I'm going to pull in this little flower. This is from Rachel Etrog, and she's also at the Lilypad. All of these products are from there. Alright, I'm going to delete that. Alright, I'm going to add in this little arrow here. So you can see I'm using the template, but I am also adding to it what I want to add to it. Alright, I'm going to add these sequins. There are some enamel dots, but I'm going to use just the sequins here. So you can see they all pulled in. I'll make sure they're all above there, and I'm going to go down and add my shadow for sequins, and then I'm just going to start pulling these in the placement that I see here. Alright. Oh wow, there just happened to be that exact number. That doesn't always happen, by the way. Alright, so I think I'm going to add a little bit more black. There's some stitching, so I'm going to put it under here. I know a lot of paper scrappers watch Missy Whidden, and she loves stitching and thread, so she usually makes like these little nests underneath circular items, which I think is fabulous. And yeah. Alright, let's see. We've got just a few more pieces to add in. I'm going to add in this button. But it is on top of that floral, so I think I'm just going to move it out just a tad. And then, let's see, I'm going to add in this larger button here. And delete that. So let's see, let's go up and make sure that all, like I can take the title out, it was hiding underneath there. Oh, there's a floral right there. So let's see, let's add that floral there. And then we'll just keep going down the layers panel. Everything's clipped. And now our final thing is to add paint. So I think I'm going to go with this salmon color. Let's see. And I'm just clipping it to that just like it was a piece of paper, following that same method. And then I think I'm going to use this darker color. Now you can clip papers or you can use a color to change the color of the paint. That's entirely up to you. But at this point I am finished except for some final extra things I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that's saved. Now, like I said, in most of my templates, you'll only find the custom shadows on the photo spots. Sometimes I have them on papers, but I am going to make a custom shadow, and I think the newest version of Elements, you're allowed to separate your shadow from your styles from your layer, but in earlier versions you may not be able to. And in Creative Cloud you just need to come over to your layers panel and you'll see background paper, and it has a little FX icon here. You'll hover over it and right click over it, and you'll get a little flyout menu, and you'll want this bottom one that says Create Layer, and then you'll see that the background shadow is right there. So again, you'll have your little corner squares at each corner on each side, and I am going to be using the warp mode. So right now we're in transform, and once I click on this, some people say it looks like a wedding ring if you look at it from the side. Some people say it looks like a windshield wiper. I'm not sure. I go with a windshield wiper, but once you click it, you'll see that those squares have become black circles, and there's one extra spot on each side now. So what you can do is left click on any of these points, and you can drag out and create your shadows. So sometimes when you're making paper layouts, when you glue things down, they don't necessarily always stick down. Sometimes you use dimensional pieces, and you want to have a little more touchability with your layout. So I'm going to do the same thing on this plaid piece of paper. I'm going to right click, create layer, and then just pull on each of those, make them come out just a tad. I don't need a lot, I just want a little tiny bit. And so I will continue so on and so forth until I like the way it looks. Okay, so I'm going to go back over because there are a couple of other things I wanted to show you about using digital templates. So I'm going to go ahead and just save this one more time. I'll do my journaling off camera. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag in that same template. Okay. Now I'm going to create a new layout. I'm going to make a custom document and I'll create it there. So let's say we want to make another layout very similar to this one, but maybe you need some extra photos. So say you've taken, you know, some pictures of your dog, and these are maybe your two favorite ones, but then there are a bunch of other ones that you want to use. So my suggestion is to go ahead and pull your, you know, your background papers over, and what I do again is just highlight one of them in the layers panel and press shift and click, and then you keep pressing shift as you're over here in this layers panel and you start dragging. You can see it's ghosted out, and then you hover over it until that next layout is or document is open, and then you can drop them and it will put them exactly where they were. So for instance, for the photos, if I want them to be exactly where they are, I'm going to select the shadow, go up to the stroke and press shift, and then keep holding the shift and drag, and then once I let it go, no matter where I am, it's going to automatically put it there. Okay, so let's see here. Let's drag over. Okay, so let's move, let's say, because you're going to want to have these kind of side by side. So let's have, maybe you have a set of 3 that you like, and then a bunch of little photos. So this will be more, instead of all of the papers and elements, this will be a little more photo centric. So I'm going to want to delete these, and what you'll do is press you know, choose your layer, press shift, but then once you press shift and you let go, hover over what you've selected here on the canvas and click press the Alt key and pull down, and it will automatically duplicate that layer for you. So I've selected these two. I'm going to make them just a little bit smaller so we can fit a third one in. All right. And then I'm going to Alt click and drag. Okay, so there's 3 there. And now you can do the same thing here if you want to have, just make sure that those layers are selected. No, don't think I want to do that. Let's do Control Z. We'll take that away. Okay, so now you'll see, okay, maybe you want to make sure that you have some flowers or elements or something similar. Say you want a bigger piece of paper back behind here. So let's drag over that piece of paper again. Make sure it's selected in the layers panel. Press shift and pull from the layers panel, and then let it drop. Okay, and you'll see it's up at the top because that's where I was. If I want to pull it down, I'll need to pull down till it shows up here. And then of course I can move it anywhere that I want to, but we'll just call it good about there. And let's see. Let's just have another couple little pieces that we drag on. And now I'm not using the shift key because I'm going to be putting these different spots. So you can build and add as you want to. Now, if you wanted to build from, you've already used your template like this and you wanted to build from there, you can, like for instance, this little stitching, the sticker, and the word art, and we want to recreate that over here. But instead of, I'll go ahead and take that out. But say we're going to take out that particular word art, and we're going to pull in just a piece of paper, and you can clip it to there. There you go. So that gives you an element there, maybe a piece of word art that will, you know, pull that in together. All right. So then you can add all these extra photos in and have a layout that is quite a two-page spread that is, you know, similar in composition, but not quite the, you know, the exact same thing. So know that you can always pull pieces from your original template and use them in different ways on, you know, a separate document that you've created. I hope that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to close 103 back. This is our untitled that we haven't named yet anything. I'm going to press, okay, it's already saved. All right. Well, that is it. I hope I was able to give you some tips and tricks for using digital templates. And I know that I haven't used the silhouette in a while, but I have also used the separated pings and pulled them into the silhouette software and clipped my papers to them and then printed and cut onto the matte presentation paper and was able to build my layout just as if it was, you know, a digital layout, and I just was able to assemble it together just like a puzzle. So if you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to ask, and I will see you in the next video. Happy scrapping, friends. Bye.